Math Relation is a student-centered math motivation framework that blends real-world context, identity, confidence, and skill mastery to help students move from confusion to clarity. We focus on building confidence first, making math relatable and visual, connecting effort, identity, and results. We track this progress in ways students actually care about. And what we utilize for us as teachers, what we do is we re-engage students who feel bad about math. We turn grades into growth conversations. We motivate students through their identity and not fear. And also we utilize their knowledge and their language. So one product we have is the 6-7, and we turn that into 8-9s. But we go from the students looking at 6-7 being rated as a D. We have a visual or graphic, but we also have the kids in the modern term where he has like a zip. I'm gonna try to put it in the chat. But he has a quarter zip, and you see it with an 89%. So we utilize stuff that's happening Trinity-wise, and we make that relatable to get the kids involved, engaged, and also challenge them. So that's another thing we have right now. Let's see, we got some more time. But yeah, another stuff we utilize is our visuals. So we turn it into cinematic stories. We break down stuff like the Quadratic Formula, and we utilize like our students' reaction to it and make stories out of that. We utilize even AI to help out with some of the assistance so it can make, a large quantity, but make it curated for story sense and story scene. So I can give you one example if you all are interested in wanting to hear that. Like one thing like we were able to do as y'all are listening in.
Going to the book.
All right, yeah, so here's one here. Like, are y'all familiar with the Quadratic Formula by any chance? Like with math?
I am.
All right, cool. So what we have is this visual of Trinity looking out in the clouds. And you see the Quadratic Formula is laid out where it shows negative b plus minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2. So we go through the process of Trinity understanding what it is that she's thinking about. So here's the story. Trinity princes her pencil into her worksheet and squints at the glowing formula on the board. Negative b? So a negative letter, then plus and minus, the square root of b with a tiny 2, minus 4 and, or is that 4a and c? What? And we have to divide this all by 2 times a? She drops her forehead into her hand dramatically. Mr. Jackson, what in the world is this? Why can't math just be simple? Mr. Jackson leans in on the edge of her desk with a small grin. Oh, math is simple. We've just learned to enjoy complicating things. Complicating things, she repeats, raising her eyebrow. Look around, he says. Sweep his arm across the classroom. We only have 2 problems to finish. Count how many people are actually working in Trinity. Trinity lifts her head and scans the room. I see Jacob and Sarah. They're flipping through their notes. Good. Mr. Jackson nods. Now count the ones who look confused. She turns her head around again. Everybody else. And Eduardo is literally digging in his nose while staring out the window like, nobody even knows he's digging in his nose, staring out the window. Mr. Jackson, what's going on? Mr. Jackson laughs under his breath. Would you call that behavior positive or negative? Negative, definitely negative, Mr. Jackson. He's digging in his nose. Exactly. So let's say C is negative 15. C represents the negative energy in the room. She writes the negative 15 down carefully. Now, he continues, how many students took action on their own? What I mean is, how many people were not waiting for me? Jacob and Sarah answers, just the 2. That makes B equal 2. The 2 people who set the pace. They create the line everyone else will either follow or fall behind. She writes the 2. And how many ask for help, he asks. Trinity lifts her hand. Well, me, just me. Exactly. He smiles and makes A equal 1. One student willing to ask. She writes the 1 feeling slightly proud. Mr. Jackson taps the formula on her page. Now, read it again, but this time with our class values. She inhales negative B, which is -2. Correct. That creates the axis of symmetry. Jacob and Sarah's effort becomes the line the rest of the class is measured against. She continues. Plus and minus, so 2 paths? Exactly, he nods his head. 2 possible outcomes. Some students will rise, some students won't. That's why quadratics has 2 solutions. That's 2 stories. She leans closer. The square root of b, so 2 to the power of 2? Yes, their effort is multiplied. That's why the exponent is there. She scribbles. Minus 4a times c. So 4 times 1 and -15. -15. 4 times -15 is -60. And remember, a negative minus a negative becomes, a positive. Trinity beams, so 4 plus 60 equals 64. 64. Perfect. Now the square root of 64, she taps her pencil on her chin. What number times itself gives 60? 8 gives us that. Good. She writes the last part. So -2 plus or minus 8 divided by 2 times 1. Should I split it? She asks. Yes. He nods his head. So -2 plus 8 equals 6, and 6 divided by 2 equals 3. So that's one answer. -2 minus 8 equals -10. So -10 divided by 2 equals negative. That's it. So x is 3 and x is -5. Mr. Jackson crosses his arms proudly. You just decoded one of the most complicated formulas in algebra, Trinity, using nothing but this. This is real life. This is logic. This is the behavior. This is your classmates. Trinity sits back and exhales. Wow, so it is so simple. Mr. Jackson smiles warmly. Math has always been simple. It's people who get complicated. She looks at the glowing formula above her, and for the first time, it doesn't look scary. It looks like something she can handle, something she can solve. And that's it.
I think for us being math people, it's more relatable for us. Somebody that teaches a different subject will probably be lost. When you go in the classroom, a lot of kids are saying that when did math become letters or words? So they tend to not do the word. So using examples that we see in the classroom, using stuff that they're able to understand, using their peers. And I'm saying whether it's funny or serious in a matter of, it just bring it to a level that they understand. And that understanding is what we're bringing across to them. Well, he's the one that's speaking, of course.
Yeah, I don't know how delighted I am to sit in this group and to listen to you. It just I could see the action in the room. It was so visible for me, and I could just see the beam on that child's face. So thank you both.
Thank you. It's a matter of this, again, just put it into practice repeatedly, because it's difficult, especially in the location that our schools are, and for you to get the kids to buy into what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
What state are you?
Florida, both of us.
Miami.
Oh, you're in Florida. Okay.
Yeah, we are in the crazy Miami, the heart of No Child Left Behind. We get to see that.
There you go.
Inside.
So, a lot of our kids has been passed along from ever since, because again, No Child Left Behind thing. When you're in the inner city, you tend to think that you're gonna get out being an athlete versus being a scholar. So that's the uphill battle that we face. We taught at the same school together, so I've known him for a minute now.
Esther, what are your thoughts? I'm so delighted. I cannot tell you. This is so brilliant for me.
I love it. I already want to meet Trinity. I'm like, wow.
Richard.
No.
Not Mr. Jackson.
Yeah.
No.
That's hey.
Let me see
Let me
this
see.
law. This law